hope you're all keeping safe out there. Today is actually the 1 year anniversary of the first video I put up on my channel. God, where's that year gone? Mainly in isolation, to be fair, but yeah. So to celebrate like my 1 year anniversary of the channel, I thought I'd do something special. So today I have a triple review. That's right, I'm reviewing Studio Series Cup, Blurr and Hotrod from the Transformers Studio Series. So let's get down to it, shall we? I picked these fine folks up from. That's a great start. I picked these three up from the fine folks over at Comics and Cocktails. They're a great store. They're brilliant. I can't fault them in any way. They're amazing. Okay, so you know my shtick. Where did these three figures or these three characters come from? These are all based on the Transformers '86 movie. The Transformers, the movie. The best Transformers movie, really. And, you know, apart from scarring many a young mind with the death of Optimus Prime, ooh, that still hits hard. It also introduced a whole bunch of new toys, new characters for young children to get to know. And on the Autobot side were these three fellows. There was Cup, the seasoned veteran, Hotrod, the young up-and-coming, main protagonist, and Blurr, the ADHD-ridden, fast-talking, kind of forget he's in half the movie character. There's always one of those in every movie, let's face it. So, yeah, I'll tackle these guys in robot mode one at a time, then in vehicle mode one at a time, and at the end I'll let you know what I think about them all together, because really, if you're getting one, you're going to get the lot to finish the lineup. So, up first, let's do this in age order. Well, actually, no. Well, let's do the oldest first. Up first is Cup, the old curmudgeon from the movie. He was a pretty good character actually to have in there. You needed a character to sort of balance out Hotrod's hot roddiness, his youthful vigour, with someone who's been there, done that, seen it all, but isn't like a complete, like, useless old guy. He's still useful, he just is tempered by age. And this figure actually is really, really good. If it gets one thing across, it's definitely age. Look at the face on this guy. This guy has seen some stuff. He just looks so haggard. It's almost comical how old he looks in his face. It's like, oh. But robot mode is really cool. It's a great representation of how he looked in the film. And I really like it. The colours really pop as far as Cup's colours do pop. They're very muted, sort of minty green and olive green. But they look really cool. The figure is, well, it's mainly articulated really well. There's a few little things for play features that restrict the articulation a little bit. It's not to say it's bad, it's just there's one or two little restrictions. Namely the wrists. The wrists don't rotate. That's not too bad. I mean, he can do a lot of other things really well. He's got the universal shoulder joints, a bicep swivel. No, not a bicep swivel. Was it? Bicep, tricep? No, it is a bicep swivel. I'm terrible at anatomy. Waist joint. Oh, the head's on a ball joint. Universal hips, 90 degrees at knees. The toes can point downwards and upwards, and there's ankle tilts. So, you know, he's not bad. I do kind of think having like the lack of a wrist joint hinders him a little bit, because if you want to give him accessories, he's kind of stuck with how he can hold them, and it takes a little bit of the expressiveness away. And his hands do look slightly big, I think, on the sculpt, but then again, the character's hands did look big in the movie, should I say? So it also balances out. As far as accessories go, he comes with this this comically small gun. It's quite ridiculous how tiny this thing is, especially, as I said, with those giant hands. The gun looks really, really small, but I think it's the one he used in the movie. But yeah, but it's a weapon at the end of the day. Plus side is, the end of it, you can stick a siege blast effect onto it. It's not like it's designed to fit on there or designed to accommodate a blast effect, but it fits in the hole, and it actually helps improve the look of the weapon. It makes it a bit more credible. And the only other accessory he actually comes with is this little carton of Energon goodies. It's from the scene in the movie where they sort of like try and bribe the Sharkticons into not eating them, which didn't really turn out very well, but it's interesting. I'll probably if I was really wanted like a decent representation of it, I'd probably paint the like actual Energon goodie sticking out like a bright pink like it's meant to be, but it's probably going to go into my my bits box and just be left there. And speaking of bits, there's a great scene in the movie where Cup gets torn apart by a giant metal squid. This was the 80s, folks, and you can recreate that with this figure. His arms, his legs, they can all be pulled off of his body, and much like the Black Knight and the Quest for the Holy Grail, Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, shall I say, he's left as just a body with no arms, no legs, and it's kind of gruesome in a wonderful way. He's like a weaponizer, which is kind of cool. And of course, you can put him back together. It is just meant to represent that time in the movie, I say, when he was taken apart and Hotrod had to put him back together, which is a cool little action feature or play feature to put into it. You know, I can't really complain. It's cool. And speaking of cool, next up I'll do Blurr. You know, the fastest car on wheels, as they call him, which is weird because he doesn't actually have wheels as a hover car. Oh yeah. Anyway, he was in the movie. He was a very fast talker. He was voiced by the guy who did the Micro Machines voice, or the voice of the Micro Machines adverts. And that's kind of like the only memorable thing about him, is he just spoke really fast. He didn't do anything particularly major in the film. He looks okay. His figure has a Bruce Campbellian chin. My God, look at that thing. That's huge. But apart from that, the figure looks really cool. The colours are right, the proportions are good. He looks like his movie model, apart from the forearms. Because of like how his vehicle mode works, you're gonna get these massive intakes stuck to the back of his arms. These wizard sleeves, unfortunately, but it doesn't look too bad. I can live with it. I mean, the figure itself looks really cool. As I said, the colours pop. They work really well for each other. And all in all, it is a really cool looking figure with some actually pretty decent articulation and balance. Because I mean, like, Blurr being like the super fast character who both speaks fast and moves fast, you can get him into a pretty decent running pose. And those arms, well, the extra bulk helps balance. I don't know. Honestly, it really doesn't bother me that much. And posability is pretty cool. The only real posability problem is those big intakes are attached to his wrists. Attached to his hand. And as you try and turn the hand, you can't with those there. There are certain ways you can do it, but like not in any natural way for decent posing. Maybe it's like the one side when he's holding his gun, that's really about it. Oh yeah, he comes with a gun. Pretty much like every Studio Series figure, he comes with this white gun. It's like the one he had in the movie, though I think in that case it should have been more like a silvery blue, but it's made from the same white plastic as the rest of the figure's white parts are. It looks okay holding it. It's a rather generic gun, I can't lie. It's nothing to write home about. But again, you can shove a blast effect from Siege on the end there, and that always makes him look better. Just any gun with an actual firing effect that actually looks like it's firing. There's an extra 10 points of coolness added on top, and yeah, I can't complain about that. And yeah, again, like Cup has another accessory. Probably the only other. They had to give him 2 accessories. If that was like some sort of mandate, there's nothing else they could have given him except for this little repair thing he used to repair the crash shuttle on Junkion. It's naff. It's never going to get you. It's a waste of an accessory, if I'm honest. But what else were they going to give him? Yes, that's him. He's okay in robot mode. I actually do like him. And on the last one in robot mode, it's got to be the main man himself, Hotrod, the Cavalier main character of the Transformers movie. Oh, a bit of a bone of contention with this is the other 2 figures are all deluxes. Hotrod is a Voyager class. It's about an extra £10 or £11 worth of price on top of it. And some people are not happy about that because in robot mode he's not really much bigger than the others. All I can say is he's worth it. He's engineered brilliantly. His transformations, I'll get into that in robot mode, in a vehicle mode, but he's brilliant. There's a feel to him which lets you know he's more complicated and more engineered than the other 2. And just looking at him in robot mode, he's a perfect representation of how he looked in the movie. Maybe he could have done with being a little bit on the more maroon side, a little slightly more of a tint of pinky purple in his reds, but that's all personal preference. I think this really does capture his look brilliantly. Yeah, the reds pop, the yellows pop, the orange pops, the sort of greyish, well, the darker colour of his boots, that looks really cool. I think it's like meant to be like a dark grey, nearly black, but it comes across as being slightly purpley, but yeah, again, it works. The figure has great articulation, all in all, double jointed knees, universal hips, ankle tilts, toes can sort of like move up and down, waist swivel, head's on a ball joint and a hinge, double jointed elbows, swiveled wrists, his fingers can move, all four fingers on a joint, that's really cool. His shoulders can move up and down and left and right and all that jazz, but I think it's because of the way they're sculpted. They're very restricted in the way they sort of move. You can get them where you want them to be, but you might not get there the way you think. As I said, this figure also, Voyager class, it comes with more gimmicks. Like for instance, he has something that you normally only see on like the Masterpiece scale. Flip his top of his head up, he's got a pair of blue goggles that fold down and cover his eyes, like he used in the film. That's brilliant. Not only that, it comes with these blue effects that are meant to be for vehicle mode, but you can stick them onto the exhaust barrels on the side of his arms, and they become blast effects, yet again from the film, and it looks brilliant. And if you don't like those, that's fair enough. He comes with guns. Well, it comes with two guns actually. It comes with his two little hand pistols, done in silver. They're red plastic and painted silver. They look brilliant. It looks really great wielding them. They don't come with blast effects, but I think they look really cool with these red ones from a Siege figure. I can't remember which one it was. Looks really cool on there, and especially with that blue visor down, it really adds to the heroic energy, the youthful enthusiasm of the figure. It's really, really cool. That's not all. He has more features. I said he's a Voyager. You can flip down his right hand, turn it around, and he's got a little tiny repair thing. It's the thing you use to fix cup, like a little repair welding torch. Again, it's something you normally see in like a Masterpiece figure. It's silly, but it works on this one. I can't complain. It looks really cool. And speaking of really cool, okay, here's something which I didn't think they would do, but they have done. In the film, there's a scene where he's trapped underwater. Levy tracks his left hand, and out pops a buzzsaw to cut through everything. And this figure has one. You rotate the hand like you did with the other one, except now it's got a peg, and you plop on this chainsaw or circular saw accessory, and it looks really cool. I mean, that's peak coolness. Actually, no, tell a lie. Do you know what's cooler? The Matrix. Because, spoiler alert for the film, Hotrod picks up the Matrix and gets chosen by it, and you can recreate that with this figure. It comes with a little Matrix, which is like, I think it's a re-release of the one that came with the Earthwise Optimus Prime, which is okay. It's a great little Matrix, but it also comes with an effect you can stick on it to show the Matrix glowing, flashing out blue. It looks really, really cool, and like, these are the sort of things, well, all these little things, they're the reason why Hasbro really, they have to sell this guy as a Voyager, and I am happy to part with my well-earned cash for a figure like this. It's not massive in size, but the engineering is great, the accessories are great. You get your money's worth. If anyone like complains about, you know, a deluxe class figure being sold for, no, it's absolute bollocks. This is a great. This could almost be a leader class figure. It's so good, but yeah, I can't recommend that thing highly enough. It's brilliant. And so that's me gushing on about Hotrod for a little bit. Let's have a look at all three of the guys together, shall we? As you can see, the three of them together, they are roughly the same size. They all look like they are, a good team. I think they're about the same height, really. Blurr might be a little bit taller to the top of his head. Hotrod might be slightly taller to the top of his fins. But they look really cool together. And shall I compare them to a few other figures in my collection? Well, let's go through like the other ones introduced in the movie. Up first is the Earthwise Rc. Actually, no, so this is the Kingdom. I did have the Earthwise version, I got rid of it. This is the Kingdom version. It's exactly the same figure. I just bought it so I'd have the Season 3 cast. Same as, you know, I haven't got Springer to compare them to because I sold off the Siege one. Thinking we might get a Kingdom or Studio Series 1. No sign of that yet, so I'm kind of regretting selling off Springer because now it goes for silly money. But still, as you can see, she fits in really great with them. I love, like, the movie definitely had the idea of every character has a set colour scheme which is easily identifiable. Like Cup is the minty greens, Hotrod is the flamey colours, Blurr is the blues and the white, RC is the pink and the white, and Ultra Magnus in the film is red, white and blue. He's the American flag basically, but they're all identifiable with their colours. It's really cool. Here they are with one of the few like season 1 and 2 characters to survive to season 3. Jazz. This is another Studio Series figure. I was going to review him, but I'm terrified to transform him because I've heard and seen the horror stories of, because he's got like clear plastic in really poorly chosen places, him shattering into 1,000 pieces, and I really don't want to risk it. But it's a good way of showing off like the aesthetics difference between like a season 1 and 2 character and a season 3 one. It's like Jazz has clearly got like the big earthy vehicle mode parts, like those wheels on the side, which I think actually I should have flipped down, but it's still on the side. His chest is the front of a very recognisable front of a car. But compared to the guys, apart from, well, I was going to say apart from Blurr's like car chest, but even that sort of blends in a lot more. Yeah, the season 3 in the movie introduced guys sort of hide their vehicle modes a lot better. It's kind of cool. Here they are next to the Earthwise leader class Optimus Prime. They look really cool. I don't know why, but somehow they look. It's a big. I can't know. There's something about them. My eyes are telling me there's something very different about them. I don't know if it's that Prime is maybe too big. No, possibly slightly too big, but no, I don't think it could be. They're getting really good with this scaling thing, so I think it might just be my eyes playing tricks on me, or my mind playing tricks on me. But no, they look really cool together, and yeah, that's cool. Here they are next to some villains from the movie, the Kingdom Cyclonus. He looks massive compared to them. Like, is he too big? I can't actually think of any scenes where you see it's like Cyclonus next to any of these guys in robot mode just stood next to them. Because you normally see Cyclonus with bigger guys like Ultra Magnus or Scourge or Galvatron. You don't really see them with the smaller looking guys like Cup, Hotrod or Blurr. Actually, I don't think they share a scene together in the movie. No, they don't. No, you don't. I don't think you know. You don't see any scenes of them just together. That's interesting. Here they are next to Scourge. He's slightly smaller than Cyclonus, and he still looks bigger than they are. But yet again, I think that kind of works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the scale to the film. I always like the idea of the Decepticons being the bigger, more military design guys than the Autobots. The Autobots having to try harder to try and beat the big guys. And speaking of big guys, here they are next to the leader class Studio Series Grimlock. This is perfect scaling to the film. It really makes me wish there was the Dinobots now to go with them. They look really cool with him. I kind of may need to build like a display set of the inside of the Autobot shuttle so I can have Hotrod and Cup with the Dinobots. That'd be really cool. And here they are with leader class Ultra Magnus from Kingdom. He looks massive next to them. Yet again, I think this is right. It may be a head too tall, but yeah, this is really cool seeing them all together. You see what I mean about the colour schemes as well. Even just a quick glance, you can tell who's who just from their colours zooming across the screen. It's really cool. And yeah, those robot modes are great. So I'll get into the vehicle modes. Up first, we'll have Cup. Cup's vehicle mode is a pickup truck. It's cool. The transformation is really, really cool. Like, his robot mode has got a lot of curves. His vehicle mode is very blocky, and the way things compact into his chest, into the main cab of the vehicle, and the way that flatbed at the back comes out, that's all really, really cool. It's like as a vehicle goes, he's kind of boring looking, but he does the job of transforming from robot to vehicle really well. And he's got like accessory storage on here. He can stick his gun on one side, his energon goodies on the other. It doesn't really help to make him look any more exciting as a vehicle mode, but it's the vehicle mode from the film, and I'm actually really impressed how well this transforms compared to stuff like the Titan's Return version. This is really, really cool. Okay, let's get something a bit more exciting, something a bit faster. Let's go for Blurr next. Blurr's vehicle mode is really, really cool. Yeah, again, this is a great transformation where, if I saw this, you wouldn't think, oh, this turns into a robot. No, this looks like a sleek, speedy vehicle. It's so cool. The colours pop really well on it. It doesn't have wheels on it though, which is it shouldn't have wheels because it's supposed to be a hover vehicle. But there's like a little peg underneath. You could stick like one of those little flight stands. But where the peg is, you can't actually get the flight stand to it because there's fuss between them. It's a bit of a pain, but it's livable. And just like Cup, you can stick his accessories on to the front, and this looks ridiculous. Oh, this looks so ridiculous. yeah, I'm never going to display them like this. Though having the gun at the front kind of really makes me wish that these guys had places for weaponizers to like recreate their Target Master looks. But oh, one thing this guy can do that Cup definitely couldn't is at the back is exhaust / thrusters, Siege Effect Park compatible. Putting a couple of these yellow blasty ones, and he definitely looks like he's rocketing out across whatever you put him on. It really helps sell the idea of speed more than Cup did, because obviously Blurr is a lot quicker than Cup. I really, really love the look of this. It's really cool. I just kind of wish I had like a stand that would work underneath, a flight stand to make him hover a little bit. But I'm sure I'll figure something out. And I'll get on to like it was definitely the coolest looking vehicle mode, because there's no other way of putting it. This guy is definitely the coolest of the three. Hotrod's vehicle mode looks amazing. This is a great recreation of his appearance in the film when he transforms into vehicle mode. From the maroony red of the main body, the flame effects, that engine sticking out the front, the big yellow spoiler. I dare say it's near enough perfect. The only thing that's slightly wrong is on top there's like a yellow bit which is actually a hinge for transformation. That should actually be red. I'm not entirely sure why they made out the yellow. The yellow plastic may have slightly better tolerances for any stresses, but that's the only thing that I would change on this vehicle mode. It just looks so damn good. It looks amazing. Okay, maybe I'd have the cockpit open. No, I can live without that. No, it's really is amazing. It's beautiful. Not only that, but you can do things with it. Those blast accessories I mentioned earlier, they fit onto the exhausts. And like Blurr with those blasters on the back, it just adds this effect of speed, of motion, of not realism as such. It's a red car with a gigantic wing spoiler on the back that never move or go around a corner. It just makes it look a lot cooler. And this kind of doesn't make it look cooler. If you want to, you can put all of his weapon accessories, like the chainsaw and the two blasters, they fit together, and you can stick it on top of his roof. It looks okay. The only problem with this I found is putting the chainsaw, like the buzzsaw accessory on the top. It clips onto the side of the guns. Each gun has like little tiny wing bits on the side which fit into the car, then fit into that. They're just slightly too big, and I can already see them putting some stress marks on the buzzsaw accessory. So personally, I just prefer to not put the buzzsaw on there, and instead mount the two guns on the front, because they can also fit on the engine as well. The engine has the same two little ports you can put them onto. This looks really cool, and this does, I think, homage the way he looks as a Target Master. But yeah, again, it makes me really wish we had these guys as Target Masters. I mean, like, oh, sorry, I love Target Masters as an idea, as a concept. It's really cool, but no, this vehicle mode looks amazing. I really want this guy in black as a shattered glass version. As I say, Hasbro, take my money. Please give me more versions of this mold. It's brilliant. I'm a mark for Hasbro. I just know it. Here are the three of them together in vehicle mode. As you can see, all three of them look great together. They're all roughly the same size. Yet again, Hotrod is a Voyager, but he's a Voyager. His transformation is a lot more complicated. He's definitely a Voyager's engineering and like design. It is beautiful. The three of them together look great. Here they are with another one from the movie, RC in vehicle mode. And I dare you to try and figure out if RC is actually underneath that, or is that just the shell? Yeah, because I may have took the shell off of RC now and put the new accessory pack on the new upgrade pack on the back, but you'd never know because you cannot tell if she's underneath that or not. And I promise the RC bashing will stop now. And here they are with Grimlock. They look even tinier compared to him. This is like a scene from Jurassic Park or Godzilla, but in a really good way. It's almost comical how big he is compared to them, but yeah, again, they look great. Here they are with Kingdom Ultra Magnus. They scale really well with him. They look really cool. You can't really get them inside the back of Ultra Magnus, which is unfortunate. You could stick two on top, I suppose. But I'll wait. I'll leave all that till I do my Ultra Magnus review in a few days. But no, they still look really cool together though. I can't complain about that. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if this has come across or not, but I really love all three of these, Hotrod especially. But all three of them are definitely worth picking up. They look great. They look even better together. They're all solid. They're all... I don't feel like any of them are going to break at any point while I'm transforming them. Though sometimes Cup's legs and arms does fall off, but they're meant to. Yeah, they're really, really good. I highly recommend them. If you can find them, because they're kind of hard to get now, get them. Just track them down, add them to your collection. You won't regret it. And I really, really want to get a couple of more Battle Masters and get them all their Target Master partners now, because you can't tell me that doesn't look cool. But I mean, that looks really, really cool. Anyway, folks, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the review. I just want to say thank you for watching my videos for the last year. I did this when I started... Well, I did this when I was furloughed from work. I needed something to keep me from going slightly mad while I was isolating, and decided to do reviews. And a year later, I think I'm up to 68 followers or subscribers. You know what? I'm thankful to every single one of you. Every single person who took the time to subscribe to my channel and watch these videos, thank you. Where do I wish I had more? Of course. But I'm grateful for every single one I've got. And hopefully, this time next year, see if we can make it 1,000. Probably not. No, the way these are going, but you better be hopeful. Anyway, that's it. As always, folks, I want you all to stay safe, stay sane, and keep on rolling. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-da!